Hi, today I am recording this podcast at my new store and training center in Plano, Texas, by myself. I'm not going to be interviewing anybody today. The subject of our podcast today is kindness. You might be thinking, well, isn't this a massage therapy marketing podcast? Why would we be talking about kindness? Well, I'm here to tell you that this is going to help change your business for the better. Whether you're a massage therapist or basically any service based business, which I would probably argue that most companies, most businesses have some type of customer service that they have set up in their business, and that the key to great customer service is kindness. So let's talk about kindness. I had a dream just a couple of days ago that I did this big marketing campaign around free kindness. Come in and get yours today. And that it went viral, like globally. And so I decided to move forward with it and see what happens. So I created this flyer. I don't know if you can see it or not. Free kindness. Come in and get yours today. The point is just be kind. I know that sounds really simple, but it's hard sometimes because life is hard. Life sucks. Life really does suck. And adulting is much harder than it looks. I want to encourage you to be kind to everyone, even the people that piss you off. Because if you can be kind in the face of distress and stress and judgment and anger and all the things, if you can be kind in that moment, it will fill your soul with joy. And I don't say that lightly. I want to challenge you to do something for a whole week. All right. So every day for 7 days, you can start whenever you want, but I want you to be kind to yourself and three other people. So that's four people, because I want you to count yourself as the very first person you need to be kind to. So when you wake up in the morning and you're brushing your teeth or you're taking a shower, you look in the mirror and you're like, I am a good person today. Say something kind to yourself today. I am proud of myself. I am happy to be alive right now. I am thankful I have my family and friends. Say something nice and kind and gratuitous. Gratitude is the path to happiness. So being kind is a reflection of that. And when you're kind to other people, especially in the face of strife, it will come back to you in a plethora, in a multitude of ways that you don't even know. So I want to challenge you to do that. Four people a day, you and three strangers or three people that you know. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's your grandma or if it's your neighbor, if your coworker or a stranger. Just be kind to three people. Think about it, write it down. I want to hear about it. Please share with me your stories. I'm going to share a story that I have with you today. So this morning, as I went to breakfast, I was sitting by a granddaughter, a grandmother and her granddaughter. And I knew this because they told me that their granddaughter, and grandma. And the young woman who was 15, the granddaughter, was like, you got to live life to the fullest, grandma. You got to do whatever you want, travel the world and, cut your hair and cut off your jeans and, throw caution to the wind and live your life like you're, on the Titanic. I think she was trying to give her grandma a little pep talk. It was really cute. She was like, I want to color my hair. I want to cut my hair. I want to get a piercing and I want to do this and I want to do that. And grandma's just like, I don't know about all this stuff. Like, you got big old dreams, girl. And, she said something like, I want hair like hers. And she pointed to me. And I was just like, oh no, I don't want involved in this conversation. So I said something like, I really like your gumption. Can you come to work with me today? Because I like your pep talk. It sounds good. And so by the end of the breakfast, I got up and I looked back at her and I said, I would give anything to have breakfast with my grandma again. Sometimes you might want to placate her a little bit. You're only 15. You've got a whole life ahead of you where you can pierce and cut your hair and pierce whatever you want and cut your hair and color it whatever color you want. So just be kind to your grandma while you still have her, because why not be nice to her and make her happy while she's here? It doesn't do any harm, right? Now, if that's something you really want to do and cut your hair, go crazy, do it, man. Who cares? Your grandma's going to love you no matter what. But my point is just be nice to people, you know? I mean, it doesn't cost you any money and it actually makes you feel really good in the long run. So I made a point of, you know, telling this little girl that it's okay to make your grandma happy a little bit because you don't have her forever. And I think I made grandma happy that day. She got a big old smile and it made me feel good. It's none of my business what that family does, but I hope that I made her smile today and gave her a little kindness. There was also a guy that honked at me on my way here into work today. He was not a very nice man. He was very irritated by traffic because there was a lot of construction and I had pulled off to the side to get out of the intersection because of all the construction on the side of the road or in the middle of the road. Anyway, he didn't know that I was ahead of him in line and thought I was trying to cut in line, and he gave me big old honk, right? And the big old finger. And I just smiled and waved. Smile and wave, boys, smile and wave. So my point is even when you're having a bad day and the guy flips you off in traffic and you smile and wave at him, even though that's hard to do because you want to flip him off too, right? Smile and wave. And they don't have anything to say to you after that. What are they going to do? They can curse and scream at themselves in the car, but what good is that going to do for them or for anybody, really? So being mad and holding your anger in and your frustration and your stress, thinking about all of these things and how it fuels our emotions and our reactions to people can really be stressful. But if we think about being kind and really focus our efforts on being kind to each person that interacts with us throughout the day, it's going to change your life forever in the most positive way. I can't even tell you. I started practicing these kindness efforts about 2 to 3 years ago when we had our pandemic. And I want to say that it really has changed my life for the better. I have gotten so many people that are kind to me because I'm kind to them. Even people I don't know. I had a woman in my Pilates class that I saw, and she was an inspiration to me. She was a lot older than me and she was doing things a lot better than I could do them. Her form was really good and she was just such I I'm going to use inspiration. She was a good inspiration for me. And so I told her, I said, thank you, because I've been noticing your form and you're doing great and you're an inspiration to me. Thank you so much. And I didn't think anything of it. Like months later, she said something to me and I didn't remember that I said that to her. And she said, hi, thanks for coming, thanks for whatever. You did great today. I don't remember what she said. And she was like, it really meant a lot to me that what you said to me. And I'm like, what did I say? I don't remember. She goes, yeah, you told me I was an inspiration to you. And I was like, that makes me feel good that what I said made you feel better. So I want to encourage you to really go out and make an effort to be kind, because I promise you, it's going to come back to you 100 times more than you put out. And it's just so incredible and so much fun to watch and see as a science experiment. I think most of my listeners are probably massage therapists, probably pretty empathetic people, and probably pretty kind yourselves. But we all have bad days. And I want to encourage you, even your stressful bad days, the days where your husband might be pissing you off because he didn't take out the trash, or your kids are screaming and yelling and won't do what they're told, or, your mother-in-law won't leave you alone about something. You're just busy and you can't take a minute to just have a moment to yourself. I want to encourage you to be kind to yourself first and foremost, because you're your worst enemy most of the time, right? I mean, we talk so poorly to ourselves sometimes. You're fat, you're ugly, you have a zit. I have a zit right now. I don't care. See, I'm on my podcast talking, I'm looking into the camera as I see my red zit, and I am fine with it. It is a flaw, and I am perfectly fine with being flawed because I'm human, and so are all of you. And you're loved, and I'm loved, and I'm going to be kind and nice to myself today. Because what's the harm in being kind to yourself? Saying, you know what? I am a flawed human being and I'm doing the best I can. You can look into the mirror and say that to yourself. I am a fabulous person. I have empathy. I show kindness to people. I am nice. I am important. I'm smart. I do good things for people. I make people feel better. Continuing a positive, kind communication within yourself is critical to your mental health. If you're not kind to yourself, how come others will be kind to you easier when you're kind to yourself? Let me try that again. Others will be kind to you because you're kind to yourself. Others will be nice to you because you're nice to them and you're nice to yourself. It always puts me in a very uncomfortable position when someone, a friend or a client, comes in and says, I'm really fat. I don't want you to see my fat. I don't want you to see this. I don't want you to see that part of my body because I'm not comfortable with it. I don't feel good. And therefore, this is a problem. It's not a problem for me. I could care less if you are fat or skinny or hairy or not hairy or freckled or like me or, brown, green, yellow, orange, red. As long as it's not sick and it's healthy tissue, I will massage it, right? If nothing's contraindicated. But the point is that we are all beautiful, beautiful, majestic human beings. Our humanity has made us a society of people that have a conscience, have empathy, have kindness, have compassion, have love. I mean, no other animal on the planet has all of those things. The ability to strategically think about being kind throughout your day is unique to humans. And we should take advantage of that opportunity. Kindness is free, completely free. There's a website I would like you to take a look at. It's called helpothers.org. Helpothers.org. And you can download these little cards that say, smile, you've been tagged, we want to just send you some love today, kind of a thing. And then anyway, you can download the cards, print them out, and leave them on people's windshield or give them to your friends or pass them out to a stranger if you want. I'm encouraging people to come into my store and accept free kindness from us. I want people to come in the door and feel like they have found a new friend and that they're really excited to be here and happy to embrace the kindness that we provide in our store. Oh, there's another website that you can check out called bensbells.org. And they create these beautiful little ceramic ornaments that have bells on them that you hang up, and it's a symbol of kindness. And they have people that help them make these bells and, put on workshops to make these bells, and then you pass them out to different places, and it represents being kind. And I want to reiterate the fact that positive impacts of intentional kindness can inspire others to practice kindness all the time. So it's basically like the snowball effect or the butterfly effect. So the snowball effect is things get bigger, right? It's a snowball going downhill and it's collecting snow really fast and it gets bigger and bigger, right? If we can do that with positive things like kindness, I mean, wouldn't that be great if we could like sprinkle the whole world with kindness and just be that kindness glitter, I guess? It would be really cool. And then the butterfly effect. So the butterfly effect is when one person does something on one side of the world and it affects people on the other side of the world eventually. So, for instance, if I'm kind to somebody here, maybe that daughter and granddaughter, grandma and granddaughter that were at breakfast with me today, maybe grandma goes out and buys something from a store and she's nice to the clerk. And then the clerk goes home and does something nice for her husband. And then the husband goes into work the next day and does something nice to his employee. And the employee goes into a restaurant and gives a waitress a compliment or is nice to her or him. And then that person, you see, there's like an effect where people can make a big difference in the whole plight of our humanity by doing one small act of kindness every day. You can make a difference in the world just by being kind. I want to challenge you to do this. Do not underestimate the power of kindness. Do not underestimate the power of yourself being kind. I want to hear your stories. Be kind to yourself and 3 other people, strangers or family or friends or whomever. It could actually be an animal too. You could find a stray animal on the side of the road and pick it up and find its forever home, whether it's yours or somebody else's. Doesn't matter. Anyway, be kind. Be sweet is what my grandma used to say. Be sweet. But I genuinely mean this as like, be real. No, don't just be fake kind. Be real kind. Because people can see through your bullshit if you're kind without backing it up with actual empathy. So if you're not feeling it in your bones that you're happy or that you actually want to give somebody kindness, it's going to come out as fake. So take a deep breath, channel your inner empathy. Think about the fact that you don't know that other person's life and how hard they may be struggling right now. And there are challenges in the world that they might not even be comfortable with talking about to anybody. And that's why we need to be kind and empathetic with them, because someday we're going to be in those situations too. And we're going to need that kindness from a stranger or from our friends or from our family or from our doctor or our loved ones or whomever. So I want to encourage you to be kind. Take a moment, be kind to yourself, say something nice. You are important. You are beautiful. You're a human being with all our flaws. And that's perfectly fine. You're perfectly imperfect. So take this little reminder to be kind and accept my challenge and go out there and be kind to the world. I love you. Take care of yourself.